Hello dear students of third prep science. Let's go to start our episode as the first episode in this term inshallah. How can we deal with our syllabus and the main components of third prep syllabus? We have to recognize we have 4 units, unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, and each unit has a specific or a concept. We study this concept and we deal with this concept according to the scientific terms in this syllabus. Unit 1, we have to recognize and mention the difference between speed and motion and acceleration. واحد يقول لي motion, we know motion as change in position as time passes, as we studied before in first prep خدناها في أولى إعدادي. motion يعني حركة، يعني we change position as time passes بمرور الوقت. On the other side we have speed سرعة, and we have another concept here or another term. This term is called acceleration. Acceleration, speed and motion. The main points of Unit 1. Unit 2, we have to study physics like Unit 1, but here we talk about the mirrors and lenses. Mirrors and lenses. And we will study different types of mirrors and the behavior of light and the formation of image through these mirrors, because we have 2 main types of mirrors. هناخد أنواع المرايات. We have plain mirror اللي هي المراية العادية, and we have spherical mirror as we have concave and convex. طبعا convex mirror like the 2 sides car mirrors. المراية اللي في الجنب في العربية دي اسمها convex mirror. And we have another type of mirror is called the concave mirror used in solar oven اللي هو الفرن الشمسي مثلا. We have another types of or another concept as we have lenses أو العدسات. We have 2 main types of lenses. We have concave lens, like this lens is called the concave because I have short-sightedness, عندي قصر نظر، فاللي عنده قصر نظر بيلبس concave lens. We have convex lens. Some person has أو have long-sightedness، عندهم طول نظر، فطبعا we use in this case and we will know why. We'll use the convex lens, some types, and we will study the contact lenses أو العدسات اللي بنسميها عدسات لصق, and how can we use these tools يعني أو these devices. We have unit 3. Unit 3 we talk about the astronomy أو علم الفلك. Here in this unit we will study the universe, and at the same time we will study the solar system أو المجموعة الشمسية. Here we will study number 1 the origin of universe according to the Big Bang theory, نظرية الانفجار العظيم. And at the same time we will study the theories explain theories نظريات explain the origin of the solar system, وجود أو how can the solar system exist أو اتكون زي السولار system. The last unit here we will talk or study the number 1 cell division, ازاي السيل أو الخلية divide to form. طبعا we know the smallest building unit of any living organism is the cell, and we studied before in 4th primary خدناها في رابعة ابتدائي. And at the same time we know unicellular and multicellular in first prep في أولى إعدادي. So we know the cell has أو can make division. This division has 2 types, and we will understand how can we know the concept of each one as mitosis division and meiosis division. The last lesson in unit 4 is called the sexual and asexual reproduction. Sexual and asexual reproduction as we studied before in second prep خدناه في تانية إعدادي. In second term we know how can we differentiate between sexual reproduction, we have male and female, and we have another type of reproduction is called asexual reproduction, يعني we have no male or female and has some ways، مش هنقول types بقى، ways of reproduction as sexually، يعني depends on only one individual or one parent. اوكي طيب نشوف مع بعض ال contents of our syllabus in this year. Let's go to start our components. زي ما احنا شايفين مع بعض ال contents. We have force and motion unit 1. motion in one direction، حركة في اتجاه واحد. graphic representation of the motion in straight line، هنعمل graphs. number 3 physical quantities scalar and vector، هنقدر نعرف انواع ال quantities as vector and scalar، وهنعرف ازاي what is meant by scalar and vector. Okay, here we have this video. We will explain the concept of number 1. Here we have motorcycle. Here this motorcycle make motion now، يعني change in position، غير مكانه. But at the same time this motorcycle make a speed، عمل سرعة. يبقى number 1 this motorcycle make motion، عمل حركة، then make what؟ speed، عمل سرعة. And at the same time this speed changed or is changed، يعني بتتغير، السرعة بتتغير. So the object in this case makes acceleration. يعني acceleration which means what? change in speed as time passes. يبقى here in this video we have 3 main terms or 3 main concepts. Number 1 motion، change in position as time passes. And number 2 speed، سرعة، as distance covered as time passes، يعني مسافة مشيها بمرور الوقت. And number 3 we have acceleration as change in speed as time passes as you see. Okay, now we have motion. زي ما احنا قلنا من شوية motion is the change of the object position as time passes، يعني حركة، يعني بغير مكاني بمرور الوقت. حد هيقول لي as time passes why؟ because as we know time doesn't stop، الوقت ما بيقفش، فعشان كده هقول له as time passes، يعني motion change in the object's position as time passes. So here we have as we see، ما احنا شايفين دلوقتي اهو object اتحرك as this ball، الكرة اتحركت، يعني change its position as time passes، بمرور الوقت. ده motion. And we can، طبعا هنا في timer. And we have speedometer. What is meant by speedometer؟ meter which means counter. meter معناها عداد، مش معناها متر. speedo معناها سرعة، يبقى عداد السرعة. زي electric meter، عداد الكهرباء. كلمة meter معناها sometimes تبقى معناها counter، يعني بيعد. زي مثلا ثيرمومتر اللي هي ثيرموميتر، اللي هو عداد الحرارة اللي هو بنسميه بالعربي ترمومتر and so on. So now we know the concept of motion and what is meant by طبعا أو why the time passes. طبعا we have here the simplest type of motion as movement in one direction as train or metro. motion in one direction طبعا because they move forward or backward. أكيد القطر يتحرك لقدام أو لورا فقط، not upward or downward. So the simplest type of motion، أبسط نوع من أنواع الحركة motion in one direction as metro or train. They move forward or backward only. Here we have unit 2 زي ما احنا اتفقنا مع بعض. unit 2 mirrors and lenses. Here we have mirror and here we have on the right side على جنب اليمين واحنا شايفين الايمج، و left side we show the object. طبعا as the object move the image will move. If we go toward the mirror the object will go toward the mirror. كل ما اقرب من المرايه صورتي اكيد هتقرب من المرايه. and so on. On the other side we have the lenses العدسات. We have concave زي اللي احنا شايفينها قدامنا دي and convex, and each one of them has its own concept to deal with the light rays. Here we have, as we see, mirrors. نرجع كده الميرورز زي ما احنا شايفين قدامنا فيديو صغير كده عن الميرورز. تمام. As we see we have طبعا number one virtual image. صورتي في المراية، كلمة virtual يعني مش حقيقي. صورتي في المراية صورة مش حقيقية. يعني as we see here appears to be formed behind the mirror. يعني تبدو كأنها ورا المراية. هو في ورا المراية حاجة؟ يعني أنا واقف ورا المراية ولا قدامها؟ طبعا عشان كده بنسميها virtual image طبعا. And we have another answer here but not now in the lesson إن شاء الله. طبعا عشان to understand. As we see here مثلا in this case, in this video, can we see now image virtual يعني not real. الصورة مش حقيقية. بدليل ان انا اتحركت if you move away from the mirror my image will disappear. لو انا اتحركت من قدام المراية صورتي هتختفي. image is erect صورتي معدولة. upright الصورة بتبقى معدولة اكيد. why طبعا زي ما احنا شايفين on the right side على ايدنا اليمين كده شوفوا هتلاقوا mirror and this mirror make a virtual inverted صورة مقلوبة اللي هي concave mirror طبعا هناخدها برضو. image size equal object size يعني plane mirror make my image like my body the same length width and so on. my مثلا 2 meters يبقى 2 meters. number بعد كده property as we have same size or same diameter. here we have the image is reversed الصورة معكوسة ما قلتش مقلوبة. بدليل if we you raise your left hand your image will rise the right hand. الصورة كأنها معكوسة ما قلتش مقلوبة ما قلتش inverted. اوكي laterally inverted ما قلتش inverted قلت laterally inverted or reversed يعني معكوس. number بعد كده distance between object and mirror equal the distance between mirror and image as this chess board لوحة الشطرنج قدامنا. if we approach لو انا قربت من المراية my image will approach toward the mirror and so on. so now we know the properties of image through plane mirror. image is virtual, image is erect, image is equal in size, image distance between object and the mirror equal distance between image and the mirror. Here we have another video. This video talking about the lenses العدسات زي ما بنسميها. طبعا عندنا convex lens طبعا light collect the light rays بتجمع الضوء at point is called the focal point. So as convex lens collect the light rays after refraction بتجمع الضوء. زي ما احنا شايفين ان هي كان form inverted image. شايفين السايد هنا انا هحط ايدي بس كده الصورة هنا الجزء ده مقلوبة عن الوضع اللي هو الناحية الليفت سايد. يعني form in all او most cases make a virtual make inverted image as we see. طبعا the lenses has many we can use lenses in many uses as we have convex طبعا type of lenses convex and concave, and here we can use lenses as in camera type. One from the uses of the lenses use it in sunglasses medical glasses, camera, and so on. Here we talk about lenses. Unit 3, the universe and the solar system. نتكلم فيه على اليونيفرس، الكون as a Milky Way galaxy. From the many galaxies formed the universe, and at the same time we have here the solar system, one from the components of the Milky Way galaxy. Last unit is called the reproduction and species أو species continuity، استمرارية الحياة أو استمرارية السلالات. We have cell division. Cell division يعني انقسام الخلية. As we have cell here, and this cell divides and so on. Maybe for growth, maybe for reproduction. We have many reasons. We have many functions for the cell division. Number 2, we have sexual and asexual reproduction. طبعا we studied before in second prep خدنا sexual reproduction اللي هو between male و female، بس in this year we will study the ways of asexual reproduction. as here mushroom مثلا، mushroom بيعمل reproduction. اوكي، المشروم طبعا not plant، mushroom is fungi. المشروم يعتبر من الفطريات اللي هم بيسموها عيش الغراب. بيعمل reproduction ازاي؟ asexual reproduction by simple and specific method we will study in unit 4 اللي هي reproduction and species continuity اللي هي last lesson in our unit and in the last unit. So احنا كده عرفنا ان احنا we have 4 units. Number 1 or unit 1 we have to study motion and we study speed and acceleration. But at the same time we have to know how can we differentiate between the types of speed, as we have uniform speed and non-uniform speed. And how can we deal with this cases graphically? Make graphs. ازاي بنستخدم الجراف to represent the relation أو the kind of speed. ازاي نقدر نحدد نوع السرعة من الجراف. The other concept here, how can we know the concept of acceleration؟ يعني ايه عجلة؟ بيسموها بالعربي العجلة، مش البايسكل، مش معناها العجلة اللي احنا we drive it، لا هنا معناها acceleration معناها change in speed as time passes، يعني تغيير السرعة بمرور الزمن. maybe increases maybe decreases، ممكن انا بزود سرعة. maybe I use the brakes to decrease the speed as time passes. So we have 3 main concepts in this unit. طبعا ليه unit 1 لازم ابقى عارف يعني ايه motion، لازم ابقى عارف what is meant by motion in one direction as the simplest type of motion, as an example train or metro and so on. We should know how can we know the speed, types of speed, how can we represent the relation or the types of speed graphically, and why physician or scientists use the graphs in these relations. استخدموا الجرافس ليه في المواضيع دي؟ هنعرف برضو. لازم اعرف الاكسلريشن measuring unit. على فكرة في عندنا حاجة مهمة جدا. We have physical quantities. يعني واحد يقول لي speed physical quantity, acceleration physical quantity, time, temperature and so on. We have to know, we have to differentiate between احنا first prep وفي second prep في اولى اعدادي وفي ثانيه اعدادي كنا sometimes كتيتشر بنكبر دماغنا شويه. انا عارف انا بستخدم المصطلح ده، انا قاصد ان احنا نكتب speed او velocity. لا، third prep we should to differentiate between speed and velocity. في فرق كبير ما بين السرعه والفيلوسيتي اللي هي السرعه المتجهه. في ثانيه اعدادي وثانيه او اولى اعدادي مش مشكله، انها ثالثه اعدادي لا. We have to differentiate between them. We have to differentiate between distance اللي هي المسافة and displacement اللي هي بيسموها بالعربي الإزاحة. يعني المسافة والإزاحة، يعني if I want to measure distance مسافة between me and this camera، هقيس المسافة ما بيني وما بين الكاميرا. هقيسها ازاي؟ ان انا هقوم طبعا can't move in this direction، I will move كده then. So here we measure now الايه؟ ال distance. But if I want to measure the displacement, لا, a straight line. A straight line. So now we know the main points in unit 1, as motion, speed, acceleration, vector and scalar physical quantity. يعني لما يجي يقول لي speed هقول له دي مثلا scalar. We will know not now طبعا as third lesson. هنعرف بعدين في lesson 3. هنيجي نعرف بعد كده السبيد قلناها، وفي الفيلوسيتي اللي هي الفرق ما بينها وما بين السبيد. الفيلوسيتي لا، دي فيكتور. يعني ايه فيكتور برضو هنعرف في lesson 3 in unit 1. I think we cover all introduction points today until we meet again. إن شاء الله نتقابل next week to explain how can we deal with طبعا برضو with the mathematical laws of these quantities. How can we calculate speed? How can we calculate acceleration? How can we know the measuring units of speed, time, acceleration, and so on. I think we have to finish our episode today. إن شاء الله أشوفكم الأسبوع الجاي. Until we meet again. Thank you. See you and goodbye.